Good morning, students. Last class we discussed what are the methods we are using to calculate the national income. We are using three methods: product method, income method and expenditure method. And last class also we discussed the importance of national income. And today we are going to discussing the remaining part of this second lesson, and today we are going to discussing the what are the difficulties we are facing the calculation of national income, and what are the relationship between national income and social accounting, and national income and social welfare. And now we are going to discussing the difficulties of national income. Now we are going to discussing the difficulties in measuring the national income. The first point is transfer payments. So the government makes payments in the form of pension, unemployment allowance, subsidies, etc. These are the government expenditure, but they are not included our national income because they are paid without any work or without any production process. The transfer payments, these transfer payments is not included in the national income calculation in India. During the year, the interest on national debt means sometimes the government of India, they will get the financial help from other countries, especially United Nations organization. So our India every year we will pay the interest for their debt, but this debt is not, the interest is not included in the national income calculation. It is also considered as a transfer payment because it is paid by the government, so but it is not included in the national income calculation. And next difficulties in assessing the depreciation allowance. Already we discussed about the depreciation, and it is also one of the important difficulties for calculating national income. The deduction of depreciation allowance, accidental damage, especially fire accident like this, repair and replacement cost from the national income is not easy task because in whole India totally 30 states are here. We are not able to calculate all the expenses incurred in the depreciation, especially in the national income calculation. It requires high degree of judgment, how much amount we need to repair or how much time to take for repairment. So it is not able to assessing the expenses to depreciation allowance and other sources. And the third difficulties is unpaid services. This very important point for difficulties for calculation of national income. For example, a housewife renders a number of useful services like preparation of meals, serving of meals, tailoring, mending their children, washing their clothes, cleaning their houses, bring up the children, etc. in our home. She is not paid them and her services are not directly included in the national income. Such services performed by the servants, reason for servants are included in the national income. When we are paying the salary for the services from the servant, we are taken in account to the national income, but housewife, our mother, we are not included. Such services are performed by the paid servant are included in the national income. The reason for the exclusion of her service from national income is that love and affection and care of the housewife in the performing her domestic work cannot be measured in monetary terms. Similarly, there are a number of goods and services which are difficult to access or assessed in the money terms. The reason stated above the love and care and affection. Such rendering services for their friends, painting, singing, dancing is also not included in the national income calculation. And the fourth difficulties is income from illegal activities. income earned through illegal activities like gambling, smuggling, and illegal extraction of liquor is not included in our national income. Such activities have value and satisfy the wants of the people, but they are not considered as any productive from the point of view of society. This income from smuggling, gambling, liquor usage is not included our national income. And the fifth point is protection for self-consumption and changing the price. For example, the farmers keep a large portion of food and other goods produced their own land for self-consumption. The problem is whether the part of the produce which is not sold in the market, it can be included in the national income or not. So the national income by product method, it measures the value of final goods, but the self-consumption is not included in the final goods. So the rise or fall, the solve this problem, economists calculate the real national income at a constant by the consumer price index. And the sixth point is capital gains. The problem also arises regarding the capital gains. Capital gains arise when a capital asset such as house, other property, stock or shares is sold at the higher price than the paid the time of purchase. For example, if you are constructing a new house in 2015, the worth of the house is 10 lakhs. Now 2020, if you want to sell your house for worth of 15 lakhs, this 5 lakhs is not taken into calculation. It is called this 5 lakhs is known as capital gain. The worth of the house is 10 lakhs in the 2015, but you are selling the 2000 same house the worth of 15 lakhs. The remaining 15 minus 10 is equal to 5 lakhs is known as capital gain. This capital gain is not included our national income calculation. And the next important point is statistical problem. So there are many statistical problems available in the economic survey. Great care is required to avoid the double counting. Statistical data may not be perfectly reliable. For example, the statistical data collector come to your house, you will give the 50% of false information. Whether the data collector asks the question whether you have the own car, own house, but the people, they are not ready to give the original answer. They are saying always lie. When they are compiled from numerous sources, and the skill and the efficiency of the statistical collector or statistical staff and the cooperation of people and large also equally important estimating national income. And some of the statistical problems are the accurate and reliable data are not adequate in India as form of output, and the result is also affected, especially in the animal husbandry. There are no authentic product data is not available, and different languages, customs, etc. It is also one of the very important problem, especially in India. People in India are indifferent to the official inquiries. All are same. They are always giving the false information. They are not, most cases, not cooperative with the statistical investigator. Most of the statistical staff are untrained and inefficient. It is also one of the very important difficulties for collecting the data. So therefore, the national income estimates our country is not very adequate. We are not able to calculate the original value of our national income. There is at least 10% of error is happen. That is, national income is overestimated or underestimated by the last 10 years with due to the false information statistical problem. That's why the GDP of our India estimates varies from 2 trillion US dollars to 5 trillion US dollars in 2019. Next we will move to national income and social accounting. The national income is also being the measured in the social accounting method. Under the social accounting method, the transaction among the various sectors such as firms, household and the government etc. are recorded and their interrelations between traced out. The relations between firms and household and government and firms. So these interrelations between clearly traced with the help of the social accounting calculation. The social accounting framework is very useful for the economist as well as the government to make the policy, because it represents the major economic flows and statistical relationship between firms, household and government. And next we will move to social accounting sector. Under the social accounting sector, the economy is divided into several different sectors. The sector is a group of individuals. Each sector is called the group of individuals. It is the commonly interrelated with the economic transaction. The social accounting sector is divided into 5 different sectors. One is firms, another one is household, third one is government, fourth one is rest of the world, and the fifth one is capital sector. Now we are discussing one by one in detailing. First we will see the firms. The firms undertake the productive activities. They are all organizing which employ the factors of production to produce goods and services. Next we will move to the household. The households are consuming all the production activities from the factors of from the companies, and household they are producing the factors of production to the industries or firm who receive the payment for services rendered by the firms. Household consume the goods and services are produced by the firms. Next class we are going to discuss the remaining part of social accounting sector, that is government, rest of the world and capital sector also. So next class we will discuss the interest part of the national income and welfare and the remaining part of this social accounting sector. Thank you.